we'll see what the boys are made of. Kind of in the second half of the season, we're almost reaching the halfway point of the boys' season. Still looking at just almost 2 months to play. So a month in, kind of where do we stand? One thing, just looking at this Eastern team, these guys play hard. They play hard, and you're looking at our first 4 or 5 games. You're really in 4 or 5 of those games ready. I mean, with the chance to win or lead late in the game. Definitely played some tougher competition in the last few games in this tournament that they played in, but really had a chance in so many of these games. I think that the gap between where we are right now and finding some success and finding some wins is really small. And people may not see that from the outside. People may not have that belief, but just seeing these guys and how hard they're working, I think that's gonna be a turnaround. We've got some guys that haven't played a lot of varsity basketball, and so as they're getting 8, 9, 10 games under their belt, you see kind of get that experience going to begin to pay off. For the Musketeers, looks like they're going to go with it's going to be Friedmeyer, Jeffrey Fowler, Carter Smith, Gavin Hurst, and Brody Temple. For New Washington, that's going to be looks like number 14 Carson James, 44 Danny Hostetler. Number 12, Colin Briles. Number 20, Jake Clemens. And then number 22, Aiden Sword. Again, Eastern with just one senior in Brody Temple. Did a lot of underclassmen playing juniors, sophomores, and starting the freshman night in Carter Smith. And New Washington kind of the same. They got 3 seniors. 2 of them are going to play quite a bit. And then looking at a whole roster of freshmen and sophomores. Look at sophomore 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sophomores on the roster, along with a couple freshmen, and one of them starting. So 2 very, very similar teams. Just looking at them on paper, looking at them size-wise, just physicality-wise, they just again look very similar. Again, Eastern coming to 1-8, coached by Sean Smith. Just his first year at the helm of the Musketeers. New Washington coached by Logan Miles. In his second year at the helm of the Mustangs. I did see a former student and player from Scott team on their staff. I think that's Jamison Hale. So it's good to see him. And just looking at size to size as these guys get lined up, it's just 2 very similar size teams. So these teams with just this huge advantage. In the girls' game, we just had a pretty huge size advantage. We'll kind of see what the tempo is going to hold, what this is going to look like for tonight's contest. But Brody Temple going to set the tip off, and we get rolling here. Temple going to go up against Briles on the tip. And the ball's up. It looks like it's going to be controlled by New Washington. Friedmeyer on the floor, trying to make a scramble out of it. And it's brought up by James, and Friedmeyer just with a silly foul. I don't know exactly what he's thinking. Just absolutely hammered him from behind. Kind of kicking himself. I can tell Coach is telling him, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's just silly. New Wash gets it into James. He's showing the man-to-man, trying to get it into Briles in the post. Briles going up against Friedmeyer. Good defense there. Good help there by Brody Temple. Carter Smith on the rebound going the other way. His defender fell down. They're going to kick it out to Gavin Hurst for 3, and good. Looks like Eastern's going to look to press. Get up. Looks like 2-2-1. Trying to see if they can't push the tempo here. Going to be James. Gets it down to Hostetler. It's going to be poked away. Carter Smith going to bring it out. Finds Friedmeyer inside. Friedmeyer's going to lay it in for 2. Good recognition there by Carter Smith. Eastern again in that press. Going to be Briles down the sideline. Gets it up to Hostetler. The tip by Temple. Temple's going to throw it ahead to Friedmeyer. Friedmeyer's going to, nice shot fake. He's going to get blocked. That ball's going to be out of bounds. He had a shot fake. He probably should have done a second shot fake. He's going to get blocked. The ball's going to go out of bounds. 24, that's going to be King's going to check in, and Bell's going to check in for the Mustangs. Coach must have saw something he didn't like right there. A little sloppy play. Eastern looks like a kind of a man-to-man press right now. It's going to be James, brings it up. Hit back there from behind. Temple's going to be on the floor for it. To get it over to King. He's going to drive baseline. Back out to James. Into Bell. Out to James. Deep three. No good. Not a great block out there for the Musketeers. And that ball looks like it stayed in bounds. It looked like a Fowler stepped out of bounds, came back in, tried to touch it. They're going to say it's New Washington basketball. This is what it looked like from my perspective up here on the second deck. Going to be Bell out top. Being guarded by Hurst. Gets it over to James. James kicks to Sorg. High ball screen. Sorg step back. Thought about a three. Eastern in a man-to-man. James tries to drive. It's going to be deflected. Stolen by Fowler. Fowler's going to try to go the other way. He's being chased down by a couple Mustangs. Carter Smith, he's going to lay it in. Good body control there by Smith. A little bit of contact. New Washington does not like what they see. Eastern with a 7-0 advantage. Eastern playing with quite a bit of tempo and pace right now. New Washington not able to handle it. And kind of like what you saw with the girls, it seems like every time we're getting deflections, we're just making that havoc happen and being able to turn some deflections, some steals, and being able to get some easy points the other way. Eastern, you saw several different defenses throughout. They've played a little zone, played a little man, tried to press a little bit. I haven't seen Sean be quite this aggressive in the press this year so far, but maybe he just saw with the matchup that it was something that he saw that he liked. He thought that maybe this is something we could exploit a little bit. Eastern dropping back into kind of a 1-2-2. Looks like a half-court kind of trap. Extended. Carter Smith out top. James rings the ball up. Gets it over to Bell. Bell tries to gets it over to King in the corner. Kick across. Fowler's going to steal it. He's going to try to go the other way. A lot of contact. Oh, they are going to get a foul. He tries to go for a reverse on that left side and really gets hit. They're a little slow on the call, but they are going to get a foul on number 22. That's going to be Aiden Sword. It's his first. Fowler going to go line for two. First one is good for Jeffrey Fowler. Going to be Hostetler and Clemens going to check back in for the Mustangs. So, pretty quick rotation for the Mustangs. They're kind of in and out several times in just a couple minutes. Fowler's second free throw is good, and Eastern takes a 9-0 advantage. In that 1-2-2 kind of half-court trap here. James out top. Gets it to the sideline to Clemens. Back out to James. Friedmeier looks for a trap. You're going to get it back to Clemens for three. No good. Rebound Gavin Hurst. He's going to get it up to Friedmeier, looking to run. Friedmeier decides to pull it out. Didn't have numbers. It would have been a 1-on-3. Back to Smith. Back to Friedmeier. He's getting trapped. Kicks it over to Gavin Hurst. Top of the key for three. No good. Rebounded there by James. James looking to run a little bit. He's going to pull it back out. He's going to try to drive that right side. Going up against Gavin Hurst. Takes a tough shot. No good. Gets his own rebound. He's going to put it back in. That foul's going to be on number one, Carter Smith, his first. Again, we got him to take Gavin got him to take a really tough shot right there, and just didn't get a block out on it. And there's something on the floor. I don't know if it's blood or if it's a wet spot or what the scenario was. They've sent everybody to their benches. We're going to cut real quick to a commercial break. We'll be right back. We'll see what has happened. We'll get an update. This is Eastern Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
Basketball fans, get ready. The Mudsock rivalry games charge into the new Fishers Event Center December 19th. It's the hometown showdown you wait for all year. 2 big basketball games, 1 major rival. The lights, the noise, the competition, and you can be part of the electricity. Don't miss the intensity, the energy, the rivalry that defines a community. The Mudsock rivalry games.
It's 8 seconds of pure adrenaline. Man versus beast. Hell on. Oh, this is your on Papa's Rodeo. This is the one and only professional championship bull riders. The Boot Barn Invitational. Buckle up, Fishers. We're live at the Fishers Event Center. Saturday, January 10th at 7 p.m. and Sunday, January 11th at 2 p.m. See the world's greatest bull riders shatter records. Jaw-dropping, bone-crushing action. Plus blazing fast cowgirl barrel racing. The first 300 kids through the doors get a free cowboy hat. Don't miss the professional championship bull riders. Saturday, January 10th at 7 p.m. and Sunday, January 11th at 2 p.m. Fishers Event Center. Get your tickets now at btdtour.com.
And we're back here at New Washington High School. It looks like a Temple must have had a scratch or something on his left arm and must have been bleeding. Looks like they were able to clean up. They got the trainer out there, had several spots. Didn't look like a significant amount of blood or anything. I didn't see exactly what had happened. Meanwhile, that's going to be 14 James. He's going to get his three-point play, 9-3 in favor of the Musketeers. Smith able to break that trap, gets it out top for Temple, back to Smith. Smith tries to get into the lane, gets it into Friedmeier. Friedmeier got deflected, gets it to Temple. Temple, a lot of contact there, no good. He's going to get it back. They're going to find Fowler in the corner. Fowler for three, no good. That's going to be rebounded there by Riles. Riles going to look to run. They're going to get a legal screen right there on Hostetler. That was one of those points of emphasis this year. Is the screen is a screen, and he tries to do that screen roll and really just kind of holding off the defender. Illegal. Going to go Eastern basketball 9-3, 4:28 to play here in this first quarter. Washington looking to press here. Carter Smith patiently gets it to Temple. Temple gets it up to Friedmeier. Friedmeier tries to get into the lane, gets back out to Temple. Temple's going to go right down the middle of the lane for an easy two. No one guards Temple at all. Eastern going to look to press in return. It's going to be Briles over to James. Gets it up the sideline. It's going to be kicked. Looks like kicked there by Hurst. Both teams staying fairly patient in their attack against the press. Either team really wanting to speed up for the other. Clemens out top being guarded by Smith. Eastern in that 1-2-2 half court. Gets it over to James. James gets in the lane. He's going to get tripped. They're going to get that foul's going to be on number 20, Friedmeier. It's going to be his second. That's going to be Chase Madison going to check into the game for the Musketeers. Friedmeier picks up his second halfway through the first quarter. Each with 11-3 advantage. Gets it back to James for three, and he banks it in. The bank is open. Smith going through the press, gets it to Temple, back to Smith. Smith finds Temple. And Sean Smith is going to call timeout. Didn't see anything. He's going to call timeout, just make sure that we're in full agreement on how we're going to attack this press. Eastern with an 11-6 advantage, 3:37 to play. I'm sure Coach Smith is just saying, make sure we keep our spacing, make sure we keep our guy in the middle. New Washington's kind of in that 1-2-2 full court, so the middle of the court should be open. Sure, Sean's telling them just get somebody in the middle, make sure that we're making sure that somebody's covering. If that happens, that diagonal pass is going to be open. Or look at attack up the sideline, and then once you get that first pass, attack the rim. Presses like this, you can make that initial pass. You're going to have a 3-on-2 advantage most of the time. Just as he calls the timeout, New Wash kind of calls their press off or calls it back into the half court. Hurst is going to get over to Smith. They do put Temple kind of in the middle. Finds Fowler, gets in the middle of Temple. Temple finds Bat on the inside. Back out to Fowler for three from the corner, and good. Good ball movement there by the Musketeers. Wash gets it into James. Over to Sword. Out to Clemens. Down the sideline to James. James being guarded there by Brody Temple. Temple gets the ball into Hostetler. It'll be deflected out of bounds by Temple. .257 to play. Eastern with an 8-point advantage in this first quarter. Clemens out top being guarded by Fowler. sorry, it's a Browse. Browse for three, no good. Rebound Carter Smith. He's going to look to run. Nice little hesitation. Finds Gavin Hurst in the corner. Gavin's going to drive, get all the way to the rim for a good. Nice move by Gavin Hurst. Carter Smith had a great hesitation about the volleyball line and just really juked a defender. Able to create an opportunity for Gavin. New Washington back and forth. Gets it up the sideline. It's going to be in the hands of Clemens. Gets it into the lane. Kicks out the Sorg. It's going to be a steal there by Carter Smith. I couldn't see who got that deflection. They're going to find Temple. He kind of lost it. Ends up back in the hands of Fowler. He gets it out to Smith. And Clemens is going to take it away from him. He's going to go the other way. And he's going to lay it in for two. Carter Smith trying to do just a little too much. Gavin Hurst back out the Temple, going up against this press. Temple gets it up to Carter Smith. Tough pass. Smith is not able to handle it. Stolen there by Clemens. Clemens is going to go to the rim. They're going to get an offensive foul. Their coach did not like that call. It was kind of delayed. It was kind of an awkward. He maybe blew his whistle. They're going to get an offensive foul on Clemens. Reese Lindley going to check in, and Bell's going to check for the Musketeers. Bell's going to check in for New Washington. Washington, this 1-2-2 press. Sit into Hurst. Hurst throws it over the top to Temple. Back to Hurst. Gets it into Carter Smith. Nice bounce pass to Bat. Bat lost it. Gets it back. He's going to lay it in. Good finish there by Chase Bat. Good recognition. Carter got the ball in the middle and attacked the rim. Get upside under Browse. He's going to pull up on the baseline. No good. Rebound Hurst. Gets it out to Carter Smith. Smith getting trapped there. A stop gets it to Temple. In the corner to Lindley. Out to Smith. Reverse to Gavin Hurst for three. No good. It's going to be rebounded there by Browse for New Washington. Just inside a minute to play. It'll be Bell trying to get in the lane, kicks it to King. King gets into the lane, gets it back to Bell. Staying on that right side, gets it out across to Clemens. Clemens going to pull up. Little runner in the lane, no good. Rebound Carter Smith. That's going to get poked away. That's going to be taken by Browse. He finds his man Clemens cutting to the basket. Good pass there by Browse. Temple up the sideline, gets it to Gavin Hurst. Back to Temple. Eastern handling this pressure pretty well. Smith out to Temple. New Washington's kind of trapping anywhere they can get a handle on things. Carter Smith on the drive. No good. Going to be a rebound there by Browse. Thought we might get a jump ball. They're going to get 34. That's going to be Lindley on the foul. James going to check back in for New Washington, and Fowler is going to check back in. Fowler, and that's Court Rice checking in for the Musketeers. 9 seconds to play. Eastern with an 18-10 advantage. Browse lets it kind of roll up. Tries to get it to Sorg underneath the basket. Throws it over his head. 4.9 seconds to play. Eastern's got a chance to maybe one last heat. Gets it into Rice. Rice at the sideline to Lindley. Gets up to Fowler. Fowler's got a shot at it. No good. No good at the buzzer. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Eastern with an 18-10 advantage. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with the second quarter. This is Musketeer Basketball on WSLM.
This is Becky White from WSLM. I'm here with Caleb Perkiser from the John Jones Auto Group.
This is Caleb Perkiser again, and this Christmas season, you can unwrap big savings at John Jones Auto Group. At our locations in Salem, Gordon, Greenville, and Scottsburg, we're delivering holiday cheer with incredible deals on new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Whether you're heading over the river and through the woods, or just across town, John Jones has the perfect vehicle to make your holidays brighter. With friendly service, hometown values, and year-end incentives, there's no better time to upgrade. From our family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
John Jones Auto Group. Remember, you see so many because they paid so little.
And we're back here at Jim Matthews Gymnasium at New Washington High School. The tail kind of two halves of that first quarter. The first half was all Eastern, able to just kind of run away with the pressure and able to attack the rim just on some scramble situations, tip, deflection, steals. And then pretty much an even second half of that quarter. Eastern still on top, 18-10. Playing really well right now. Defensively, just able to getting quite a bit of pressure, getting New Washington not to take great looks. Had a couple turnovers there we'd like to get back. Eastern going to start the second quarter with the ball. Smith out top. New Washington at 1-2-2. Two teams playing kind of the same defense. Temple out top. Gets it to Smith. Smith gets it over to Hurst. I think this is one of the things we've got to, no matter what happens, we've got to get the ball inside. That 1-2-2, they do get it into Temple. Not to Hurst. Back to Temple. Temple in the lane. Little turnaround jumper. No good. He's going to get fouled. Looks like that's going to be on 22. That's going to be on Sword. They said that he said 12. That was going to be Browse. I thought that was 22. That's the signal. Temple going to go line for two. First one is no good. Yeah, I think against this 1-2-2, I think that the key is always going to be, can you get the ball in the middle and then see how they collapse on that middle. Again, see where that defender's coming from, and then you're going to have shooters wide open. No good on that second free throw. The Hostetler almost fell out of bounds. Fell on the sideline. Tries to throw a bounce pass to a person that's only about 6 feet away from him. Throws it out of bounds. He's going to get a quick trip to the bench for that one. That was kind of silly. That's going to be 20. Clemens going to check back in. Carter Smith out top, gets it over to Hurst. Smith, he's kind of surveying. You know, they're looking inside to get it inside to Temple. Temple kind of had a shot fake. He had Riles up in the air. Riles kind of came down on him. I don't know if they're going to get him a shooting foul or if they're going to say it's out of bounds. They're going to say it was on the floor. It's probably the right call. Temple kind of shot fake, and the guy just jumped it and went all over top of him. That's going to be second foul on Riles. Fort Rice looking to inbound. Gets it into Smith. Smith's trying to get in the lane. On top to Hurst. Back to Smith. Gets it to Court Rice. Gets it into Temple. They're on the blocks. Temple to Smith for three. No good. Rice almost had an offensive rebound. It's going to be rebounded there by Clemens. Looks like Eastern's in a man-to-man right now. James out on the wing. Off to Clemens. Clemens tries to get in the lane. They're going to get a foul there. I assume it's going to be on Fowler. Probably could have been on either one, whether that was Fowler or Hurst. Tried to split, kind of gets down into the lane. A lot of contact. Eastern 18-10. 6:41 to play. Nice out-of-bounds play. Clemens had to look. No, didn't take it. It's going to be stolen there by Fowler. On the scramble, he's going to pull it out. Carter Smith gets up to Temple. Temple handoff to Hurst. Hurst over to Smith. Hurst says, hey, let's get reset. New Wash staying in that 1-2-2 zone. Get the ball inside to Temple there in the middle of the lane. Kicks to Hurst. Hurst open for three. No good. Going to be rebounded there by Hosto. Got a good look there. Good inside-out game right there. Those shots are going to fall. It's going to be James on the drive, just trying to kind of bully Gavin all the way to the rim. They are going to get Gavin Hurst there for a foul. James is going to go line for two. James just a freshman. Really decent size freshman right here. I thought he was the senior, but he's just a freshman. Really able to just kind of take Gavin to the rim. Gavin, not a whole lot he could do other than kind of bail him out. James, both free throws are good. Cuts this to a 6-point advantage for the Musketeers, 18-12. Eastern up the sideline to Smith. Smith corner three, no good. Rebounded there by James. Reflected there by Rice. Going to go back to James. James for three. No good. Rebound Temple. Temple going to look to push. Gets it up to Gavin Hurst. 5.5. Gavin's going to bring it out. Say, let's set something up. Get reset. Now to Fowler. Out to Gavin Hurst. Up to Smith. Down to Fowler in the corner. Fowler for three. We had some great ball movement last play. That's probably not our best ball movement. Just kind of passed around the perimeter, and then Fowler jacked one. That's probably not what Coach Smith was thinking right there. It's not a terrible shot, but got to get a little better ball movement, try to get the defense to work a little bit. James going to be on the drive going up against Hurst. Deflected there. I couldn't tell if that was Hurst or Smith. Smith's going to come away with that rebound. He's going to look to push. He does such a nice job trying to see if he's got options. If he does, he's going to take all the goal to the rim. Good ball reversals. Fort Rice for the three. No good. Rebound King. And coach from New Wash is saying, slow down, run a set. Eastern with a 6-point advantage. 4.5 minutes to play here in this first quarter. I don't know how he got that pass off. There was a screen roll there to get the ball to Hosteller for 82. Temple in the corner, getting trapped. Coach Smith is yelling timeout. They didn't hear it for a long time. Coach is going to get a full timeout, see if we can't figure out how to attack the zone. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with the rest of this first half. This is Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
When conditions get tough, the road to adventure doesn't have to end. Keep driving all winter long on tires you can trust. Between September 24th and December 9th, get $80 via reward card or virtual prepaid card after online submission with the purchase of 4 new Michelin passenger or light truck tires. Available at Washington County Tire Shop in Salem. See www.michelinman.com/autos/deals-promotions-man-rebates for complete details. Offer expires December 9th, 2025.
And we're back here in New Washington High School. Eastern holding on to an 18-14 lead against New Washington Mustangs. I'm sure Coach Smith was just saying, let's make sure that we're taking great shots here, working on offense, getting shots for your teammates as opposed to just kind of pass around the perimeter and jack. Eastern inbound gets it to Carter Smith, gets it out to Friedmeier and checks back in. He's got 2 fouls. Hopefully we can get through this second quarter without another one. Bat checked in for the Musketeers as well. Doing a little baseline runner, gets the ball to Fowler down in the corner. That'll be a kick. They are going to call a kick. Saw that in the college game today. There was a kick, no call. The official gets it to 3:52 to play. Smith looking to get to Fowler in the corner. Fowler trying to find Bat, and the ball ended up in Friedmeier's hands. That was a freak play, but we'll take it. Ball got deflected and then tipped up and landed just right in Friedmeier's hand. Eastern looking to press. That's going to be King. Gets it up to Clemens. Clemens down in the corner. Back to King. Clemens out to Sorg. Sorg over to Bell. Bell trying to drive baseline. Throws it over the head of King. He was open there in that kind of that baseline drive. But just threw it right over his head. James going to check back in. Smith bringing it up, 3:15 to play. Eastern with a 6-point advantage. That's a screen on the outside of that zone by Friedmeier. Gets it into Temple. Temple going to make a strong move. No good. Temple's got to try to finish. New Wash gets out to King, top of the key for 3. No good. And I did not see. They're going to get Bell. He had to have pushed off on that. I didn't see it exactly. But Bell was way open on that rebound. Looks like he maybe got Bat in the back. which is why he was so open on the rebound. He would have had an easy layup. Friedmeier out top. Gets a little flare screen to Carter Smith for three. No good. Rebounded there by King. Good look there. King out top. Gets it to Clemens. Over to James. James can get in the lane. Tough shot. No good. Going to be a scramble on the rebound. It's going to be Fowler. Gets it out to Smith. Smith looking to get it up to Friedmeier. Pulls it back. Gets it to Temple. Temple over to Fowler. Fowler's going to fire for three. No good. Carter Smith on the rebound. Kind of came out of nowhere, and he's going to put it back in for two. He elevated quite a bit for there. Wash gets it in the middle, press against James. Gets up to Hosteller. He's going to try to go against Bat. Back out to James for three. And good. And we have a 5-point advantage for the Musketeers, 22-17. Wash staying in that 1-2-2 half-court zone. Smith gets it over to Fowler in a corner, gets it into Temple. Temple going in the middle of the lane. Tries to make a pass to Bat and throws it out of bounds. One of those, if they're going to guard him one-on-one in the post, I think he's just got to try to exploit it. I think he's got the advantage there. He's just got to try to go score, go to the rim and score. I don't know that Bat was going to – I think Bat would have been under the basket if he caught the ball. There's not a whole lot he could do there. Big Bell gets up the sideline to James. James back to Bell. Bell pulls up middle of the lane. No good. Rebound Hurst. And at 23 to play. Hurst over to Temple. Gets it into Friedmeier. Friedmeier, tough shot and finishes and good. Now that's going to be Carter Smith on the steal. He's going to get rejected there by Hosteller. James looking to run the other way. Pulls up the free throw line. No good. Rebound Temple. Just inside a minute to play. Eastern with a 7-point advantage. I think Coach Smith saying, hey, let's slow down. If we got to take one shot, let's take one shot. But let's be patient here. We got a 7-point advantage. I'd like to see if we can't get the ball in the middle there to Friedmeier, see if he can't make something happen. New Wash is going to be settled. Just let them run out the next 35 seconds. Not putting any pressure out top. Inside of 30 seconds. It'll be Gavin Hurst out top. He and Carter Smith just kind of playing back and forth. 20 seconds. Gets the ball into Friedmeier, back out to Hurst. 15 seconds to play. At some point we're going to have to start moving. New Wash begins to extend just a little bit. Smith's going to start attacking. 8 seconds. Gets it to Hurst. Hurst to Friedmeier. Gets it to Temple in the corner. Temple going to fire for three. No good. I don't know that I love the end of that quarter, but Eastern is going to go away the end of the first half up 24-17, and that is going to be the end of it. We're going to cut to a couple commercials. We will be right back with some first half thoughts and the second half of this basketball. This is Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
McRib fans, it's back. The iconic sandwich has returned to select McDonald's restaurants in the Louisville region for a limited time only. The McRib made its debut in the United States in 1981 as a limited-time item in the Kansas City area and quickly became a fan favorite, thanks to the unmistakable flavor of the seasoned boneless pork patty slathered in barbecue sauce and topped with slivered onions and tart dill pickles, all on a home-style bun. The McRib has become a seasonal sensation, captivating fans with its limited availability, sparking social media buzz and igniting a flurry of anticipation each time it makes its triumphant return to McDonald's. Fans can also order a McRib via the McDonald's app, where you can order ahead and pass the line with mobile order and pay. Plus, you can join My McDonald's Rewards to earn points on every order to redeem for free McDonald's food. At McDonald's, we're loving it.
At Papa John's, get your everyday favorites for just $6.99 each when you order 2 or more items from the Papa Pairings menu. When you order more, you save more. Choose from medium one-topping pizzas, boneless or traditional wings, papadillas, breadsticks, cheese sticks, garlic knots, and desserts. It's easy to order all your favorites when they're just $6.99 each. So the next time your friends come over to eat your food, check out the Papa Pairings menu to save. Better ingredients, convenience, better pizza. Papa John's.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. For my Duke Energy shareholders.
If you're living with back or neck pain, even the simplest tasks can feel overwhelming. But Expert Relief is closer than you think. Schneck now offers 2 specialized practices for spine care, Schneck Neurosurgery and Schneck Orthopedic Spine, giving you access to a full spectrum of advanced treatment options right here at home. We're proud to highlight Dr. Matthew Stanfield, a highly skilled neurosurgeon with over 25 years of experience and leader of Schneck Neurosurgery, renowned for his expertise in treating complex spinal conditions. Schneck Spine Care Program proudly welcomes Dr. Kenneth McKinley, a board-certified orthopedic spine surgeon with over a decade of experience, who now leads Schneck Orthopedic Spine. Together, these 2 practices bring you comprehensive spine care, from advanced imaging and non-surgical therapies to expert surgical solutions, all tailored to your unique needs. And because it's Schneck, you'll receive compassionate, high-quality care without having to travel far. Visit schneckmed.org to learn more. Schneck Orthopedic Spine and Schneck Neurosurgery. Expert spine care close to home.
And we're back here at New Washington High School Gymnastics Gymnasium. Eastern with a 24-17 advantage over the Mustangs. A very different second quarter than what we saw in the first quarter. Second quarter, New Washington had 7, Eastern had 6. Much slower. Although both teams pressing, neither team able to get kind of any kind of tempo and get the other team to hurry up. Both teams attacking the other team's press when they press very methodically. And then in the half court, both teams kind of playing that 1-2-2. Each one man for a little bit. New Washington 1-2-2, not really looking to get a whole lot of pressure and speed them up. Really just okay with playing off and letting Eastern kind of pass the ball around the perimeter. It's one of those good and bad things. We're going to be able to get open shots when they do things like that. But I still think we got to make sure that we're taking great shots instead of just decent shots. A couple times I think we settled for just the first open 3 we could get. Where we've had some successes where we can get the ball inside the the tempo, or get the ball in the free run, get the ball in the middle of the lane. And then either we're going to get a one-on-one in the post, or when they collapse, we'll get some threes that way. Definitely, I'm sure that Coach Smith is addressing that right now in the locker room. Look to see what kind of changes New Washington's going to make. Are they going to change defenses? It worked pretty well in that second quarter, just kind of keeping Eastern at bay. Meanwhile, for the Musketeers, I know that Coach Smith said you got to try to get to speed them up a little bit, or get them to have to go a little bit quicker, whether that's through a different kind of draft, maybe going to that 1-3-1, or maybe extending that 1-2-2 half court to get a little more pressure on the ball. I know that Coach Smith's going to try to get some more tempo going on, where we probably have a little bit more advantage in that pace of game, instead of just having to kind of play a half-court game the rest of this half. So again, Eastern right on target. It's just a little under what we've been averaging on the year. Eastern averaging about 50 points a game, so 24 just below that average, holding New Washington averaging about 48, so holding them a little less than that. Really, James has really been the only one that's been able to get anything going for New Washington. You have Hosteller with 2, Clemens at 4, and then James with 11. James really seems to just be the life force behind this Musketeer, or this New Washington Musketeer. The Mustang team. It seems kind of as he goes, they go. Handles the ball primarily. Really does a nice job of using his body inside the lane. I imagine they're going to try to see how they can get him in some one-on-one situations. And then I think for them, somebody's going to have to be able to step up and knock down some shots. They really just haven't had anybody consistently make anything. So James, again, just a freshman, probably got a nice future here for New Washington. He's just got a nice frame on him, probably about 6 foot. I don't have just his height and weight and everything's not on the roster here. 6-foot frame, decent size, upper body. Again, uses that body pretty well to try to get to the rim. For the Musketeers, they had Carter Smith with 4, Friedmeier with 6, Fowler with 5, Hurst with 5, Temple with 2, and Bat with 2. Temple had several bunnies inside there. He's got to be able to finish. Probably could have 6-8 points right now, maybe even 10. Got to be able to finish inside against really smaller guys pretty much throughout this whole New Washington team. I think Temple's got to be able to take advantage inside when we've been able to get him right in the middle of the lane. Most of the time he's been just one-on-one. If they're not going to bring any help, he's got to make him pay for it. I think he's got the skill set to make that happen. But he's going to have to be able to try to convert and capitalize on the easy buckets they're going to give him. I imagine Coach Smith, it's a matter of tempo. Rebounding, I don't have those stats in front of me. I imagine it's fairly even. New Washington might have a slight advantage on us, only because we've taken quite a bit more shots than what they have. Again, in our pressure, getting those deflections, getting that teammate a steal is going to be key for us. See if we can't increase our possession count into the second half as we get rolling here. Meanwhile, looking ahead for the Musketeers, as I said, they've got New Washington next week. They're going to have Clarksville, followed up by Lanesville. Both of those are going to be conference games. Following week with a doubleheader with North Harrison and Paoli on the 16th and 17th. Paoli, again, a really solid team, starting undefeated so far this season. I've seen them once. Man, just really solid all the way across. Dusty Cole's got those guys playing really well. And then the following week, we'll go to Charlestown. Charlestown just 5-4 on the season. And then we'll get to play Springs Valley. So we get to go up against a former Eastern player. Joe Newcomb is coaching at Springs Valley. He coached at Evansville the last few years. He is back in the area coaching the Springs Valley Blackhawks. So we will see them on January 30th. That game will be at Springs Valley. And then we follow up with the county rivalry that Saturday night against Salem, and then back into some conference play with Centerville. Again, with quite a bit of basketball to play, I think Eastern's definitely got some games that they can compete and get some wins. I think once they close that gap here, get a few wins under the belt, I think this team can be a solid team down the stretch here. See what can we get to 6, 8, 10 wins? You might think, well, that's just crazy. We're 1-8. I think this team's very capable. We've got to be able to step up and make some shots, making sure that we're getting shots for our teammates and making sure we're sharing the basketball. Again, these guys, I'm always impressed with it. They play hard. They play hard. You love to see these guys get after it defensively and get on the floor and give up their body. Just for whatever's going to happen defensively. And now we got to see can we put the ball in the hole and put the points on the board. A couple minutes to play. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break. We will be right back with the second half. This is Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
This is the Eastern Musketeers High School Sports Halftime Report on WSLM. Brought to you by these sponsors.
When it comes to getting the job done right, from driveways to bridge work, and paving to construction and excavating, there's one name you can count on: Temple & Temple Excavating. Serving homeowners and also handling big jobs for city, county, and state highway projects, they've built a reputation on quality work since 1948. Driveways, construction, demolition. If you need it moved, cleared, built, or torn down, call Temple & Temple Excavating at 812-883-6644. Temple & Temple have been supporting Washington County for 77 years, one project at a time. Call Temple & Temple today at 812-883-6644 or find them online at templeandtemple.com, where you can also apply for job opportunities.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Bellevue and Salem Crossing. Two great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
And we're back. They kind of stopped early. Both teams are ready to go, so just getting after it. James going to fire for three. No good. Going to be rebounded by Temple. It's going to be a loose ball. I think Temple's out of bounds. They are going to go back to the Mustangs. And Eastern with a 24-17. Eastern going back with Carter Smith, Gavin Hurst, Brody Temple, Fowler, and Friedmeier. Gets the ball. New Washington gets the ball into Sword. Back out to Hostetler. Into James. Gets it into Browse. Going up against Fowler. Fowler with a nice block. Browse gets its own. Temple ends up with it. The Fowler looks up to Gavin Hurst. Gavin's got an easy layup on the other end. Again, good conversion there. Good defense there by Jeffrey Fowler, and then able to push into transition. New Washington fell asleep. We're going to get a layup, extend this to 9. Eastern in at 1-3-1. I wondered if that wouldn't be something they would give a shot to. They get the ball into Browse in the lane. He's going to pull up. Little floater around the middle lane. New Washington in kind of a diamond press right now. Eastern gets the ball to Friedmeier. Friedmeier looking to attack. Right in the middle lane. He's wide open. They don't. Smith's going to up and under. He's going to get blocked there by Hostetler. Rebounded there by Browse. Looking to run. And they're going to return the favor. They're going to find Clemens on the other end for an easy two. Eastern kind of fell asleep. Carter Smith gets the ball into Friedmeier. He's going to get knocked down there by James. They're going to get a foul on Carson James. Looks like this his first. 6:41 to play. Washington in a press. Temple going to find Fowler. Fowler elevates really well. Misses the first one, gets his own. Misses the second one. Second one's rebounded by Browse. Fowler's got to get that up off the glass and put that in. They're going to find Hostetler on the other end for an easy two. They're saying Hostetler, my fault. Hurst down the sideline, gets it back to Temple. Temple up to Friedmeier. Friedmeier gets it to Fowler. Fowler baseline. It's going to be a kicked ball. Going to stay in the possession of Eastern. Eastern with a 26-23 three-point advantage. 6:08 to play. And a couple run-outs here by the Mustangs. Eastern falling asleep a little bit. Easy baskets. Smith gets it into Temple. Temple double teams. Finds Carter Smith for three in the corner. No good. Hip rebound. It's going to come out to Sorg. Sorg looking to attack. Finds Browse. Browse for three. And it's good. It is the tie ball game all of a sudden. Hurst gets it to Smith. Smith to Hurst. Hurst to Friedmeier. Friedmeier looking to attack. Pulls up middle lane. No good. Temple on the rebound. Temple trying to strong arm. He just muscles it up. And good. Good finish there by Brody Temple. The other way, it's going to be Clemens on the drive. He's going to get all the way to the rim. Kind of just went right by us. High ball game. Smith gets it up to Temple. Friedmeier. Friedmeier looking to attack 3-on-2. Goes all the way to rim. A lot of contact. Could have been fouled either way. So they're going to get that on 12. No, they're going to get that on 44. Hostetler, his first. Browse, I think, was going to lose it if they called it on him because he's got two. That would have been his third. Probably would have been a quick exit. I think Coach Smith thought that it was on Browse as well. That would have been better for us. Friedmeier going to go line for two. First one is good. 24, it's going to be King going to check into the game. New Washington had a steady rotation, playing 8 guys, just really kind of all over the place. Just in and out pretty much all the time. Friedmeier's second free throw is good. Eastern sets up their 2-2-1 press. Ball into King. Sorry, that's gets the ball up. My fault, that is Clemens. Ball knocked out of bounds there by Smith. Going to be New Washington underneath their basket. 5:01 to play. Eastern with a 2-point advantage. Out to Clemens. Finds James. James going to pull up for three. Tough shot. And good. James playing with quite a bit of confidence right now. Each gets the ball to Fowler. Fowler looking to attack. Ball on the scramble. Smith ends up picking it up. Finds Temple. They are going to get in for a travel. Temple had nobody guarding him. He was going to try to attack the rim and just got a little too antsy, a little too excited. Looks like New Washington is going to call a full timeout. We are going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. This is Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
It's 8 seconds of pure adrenaline. Man versus beast. Hell on hoof. This isn't your mama and papa's rodeo. This is the one and only professional championship bull riders. The Food Barn Invitational. Buckle up, Fishers. We're live at the Fishers Event Center. Saturday, January 10th at 7 p.m. and Sunday, January 11th at 2 p.m. See the world's greatest bull riders shatter records. Jaw-dropping, bone-crushing action. Plus blazing fast cowgirl barrel racing. The first 300 kids through the doors get a free cowboy hat. Don't miss the professional championship bull riders. Saturday, January 10th at 7 p.m. and Sunday, January 11th at 2 p.m. Fishers Event Center. Get your tickets now at DCTour.com.
And we're back here at New Washington High School, tied up 30-30, 4:38 to play here in this third quarter. And New Washington has caught a little bit of fire here. A couple just before we fell asleep, able to get a few easy lay-ins, and then Browse and James hit back-to-back threes in the last couple of possessions, playing with some confidence right here. The New Washington timeout, Eastern, Coach Smith saying, "Hey guys, we got to go. We got to be ready to play. We got to match their intensity, match their aggressiveness, and we got to go kick the ball in the basket." We've seen just kind of a little sluggish, a little slow offensively. We're going to take care of the basketball and make something happen. New Wash, chance to take their maybe first lead of the game. Eastern 1-3-1. James back to Clemens, back to James. Tries to throw it back to Clemens, almost throws it away. Hurst almost had a steal. They're going to get it down to King in the corner. It's going to be Friedmeyer on the block. That's the ball. A little surprised they didn't get Hurst on the foul on the kind of a weak pass, but little contact, but no call. Underneath the basket. Going to be Sorg on the inbound. Gets it into James. James going to get into the lane. Blocked there by Carter Smith. Great block there by Carter. Back to Carter. Smith gets into Friedman. That's going to be kicked there by Sorg. Going to be out top. High ball game. Smith looking to inbound. Let's see if we can't make something happen. Washington in a 1-2-2 zone. Looking to extend. Trying to see if they can get some traps up in the upper half of the court. Get the ball to Fowler. Fowler pass out to Hurst. Got to be careful about that weak pass. Temple finds Friedmeyer. Nice pass there by Brody Temple. They kind of let him, we're in the middle. And again, that's the most dangerous spot against that zone. Mustangs get it up to King. King tries to find Browse. Almost had a steal there by Friedmeyer. Browse looking to drive, gets all the way to the rim, reverse layup, and good. He got right through that zone too easily. Gets all the way to the rim. It's just not, got to have better help side there. Smith trying to get into the lane. Gets it out to Fowler. Over to Hurst. New Wash not looking to be as aggressive. Friedmeyer there in the middle. Kicks it out to Carter Smith. Smith's going to drive. Little runner. No good. Friedmeyer almost had a rebound. It's going to be Browse on the rebound. 32-32. Browse going to go right by Temple. Another block there by Carter Smith. Browse gets his own rebound. Gets another on his own rebound. Gets a third rebound. It's going to end up, Carter Smith's going to end up over. Look, we got two blocks here. Smith on a block and then Temple with the block. Temple looking to drive down the baseline. He kicks it out to Carter Smith. Smith going to drive, pulls up, little runner, and good. James going up the sideline. He's going to get a foul there on Jeffrey Fowler. Coach Smith saying, "Hey, I've got to get some stops here." New Washington's just getting past the first line of defense and really no help side. The last two plays here, Coach Smith saying, we got to get up. Got to have some help side. We've got to be ready to get a stop. We take some pride in our defense. Browse outside high ball screen. He's going to fire for three. No good. Rebound Smith. Smith trying to get into the lane. Finds Friedmeier. Friedmeier corner to Hurst. Hurst out to Friedmeier. Sorry, out to Smith. Back over to Hurst. In the corner to Fowler. To Hurst. Gets it inside to Friedmeier. Friedmeier almost found Temple's going to be tipped out of bounds. Again, I think we got to make sure once we get the ball in the middle, we turn and look. Friedmeier wasn't guarded there by anybody. It looked like he had a chance to maybe attack. If he just takes a dribble, he's going to draw a defender. Then he's going to have a shot, or he's going to find an open look. That's going to be Gavin Hurst on the inbound for three. Eastern with a 5-point advantage. 1:40 to play. It'll be Clemens, throws it over the top, gets it to Bell. Back to Clemens. Clemens pulls up in the lane. No good. Rebound of Fowler. Fowler pulls it out. Coach Smith says pull it out. Temple gets it into Friedmeier. Friedmeier in the lane. No good. Gets his own rebound. Misses the second time. A lot of contact on that second one. No good. Duwash James is going to go the other way. Tries to find Bell and throws it over his head. Great effort there by Friedmeier on the second play. I thought he got a foul on that second one. We had a couple fans that didn't like that one. Eastern 37-32. Minute 12 to play. Hurst finds Temple, gets it into Friedmeier. Friedmeier all the way down the block. Out to Temple. Kicks over to Smith. Finds Fowler in the corner. Fowler for three. No good. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Going to stay Eastern basketball. Brown's going to check in for Washington. And Chase Batt's going to check in for the Musketeers. Again, this new Washington team, it seems like about every minute they got another one or two guys coming in. They're playing 8 solid and just kind of rotating in and out the whole time. Ball into Temple on the block. 1-on-1 against Browse. Left hand and good. That is 100% what we need. We need to get getting that one-on-one action. Brody's got to just be strong. He's going to get a chance for an and one. That's going to be a foul on Browse. That's going to be his third. Reese Lindley going to check into the game for Fowler. And if Duwash is going to play us one-on-one in the post, I think that's going to be an advantage for us. Temple's just going to have to go in there and finish. Temple's free throw is no good. It's going to be Batt battling for the rebound. That's going to be a jump ball. And that is going to stay Eastern's basketball. Good aggressive rebounding there by Chase Batt. .51 seconds to play. Bishop was saying something to a couple of our guys. I don't know. They were smiling, so it must not have been too big. Miss on the inbound. Gets it into Temple. Temple finds Hurst. 50 seconds to play, or just Temple in the corner. Finds Lindley. Lindley finds Hurst. Hurst got an open three from the wing, and good. Hurst with back-to-back threes. Give us a little spark. Eastern with a 10-point advantage. 30 seconds to play. Browse over to Sword. Back out to Browse. Eastern staying in that 1-3-1 or kind of, this looks like a 2-3 now. Almost had a turnover there. It's going to be James. Over to Browse. Browse being guarded by Temple. Temple's going to take it away. He's going to find Batt. Batt's going to go coast to coast. And he's going to finish. Big fella can take it himself. James going to try to fire from half court. No good. Great defense there by Brody Temple. And he doesn't find the point guard. He finds Chase Batt. Chase is going to take it the length of the floor and finish. And Eastern out to a 12-point lead to finish this third quarter. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter. This is Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
McRib fans, it's back. The iconic sandwich has returned to select McDonald's restaurants in the Louisville region for a limited time only. The McRib made its debut in the United States in 1981 as a limited-time item in the Kansas City area and quickly became a fan favorite, thanks to the unmistakable flavor of the seasoned boneless pork patty slathered in barbecue sauce and topped with slivered onions and tart dill pickles. Oh, bun. The McRib has become a seasonal sensation, captivating fans with its limited availability, sparking social media buzz and igniting a flurry of anticipation each time it makes its triumphant return to McDonald's. Fans can also order a McRib via the McDonald's app, where you can order ahead and pass the line with mobile order and pay. Plus, you can join My McDonald's Rewards to earn points on every order to redeem for free McDonald's food. At McDonald's, we're loving it.
And we're back here at New Washington High School. Eastern taking a big 8-0 run here to finish that quarter, up 44-32. New Washington coach was not happy with his effort, with his team's effort here at the end of that quarter, getting on them saying, fellas, you guys got to compete. You got to get after this. You're just kind of rolling over. And you can see that when teams have had a struggle like that, maybe they've had, maybe this has been the case throughout the year. This is a game that he feels like they can compete in, but they just kind of gave up there at the end of that quarter. That's going to be Clemens on the drive. He's going to get all the way down in the lane. They're going to get a foul. They're going to get that foul's going to be on Chase Batt. It looked like Friedmeier was playing pretty good defense. I thought they were going to call it on him. Get the ball into, it's going to be Clemens. Clemens over to Sword. Back to Clemens. Eastern in the man-to-man. I can't tell if it's man-to-man or zone. It's going to be a tough move there by James. Couldn't tell if they were just switching everything or if they were. New Washington standing in their press, gets the ball in the middle to Friedmeier. Friedmeier gets back to Temple. Temple drive it down the right side. Kicks it out to Friedmeier. Friedmeier says, chill out. Over to Carter Smith. Eastern with a 10-point advantage. Smith picks it up. He's got to be careful. That's not the place you want to pick it up. Finds Lindley. Lindley over the top to Temple. Pass fake. Temple's going to finish. It's like they were just going to let him score. It seems like an odd play. Temple's going to take advantage. Eastern extends to 12. James out top. High ball screen there. Screen roll there with Hosteller. They're going to go to Clemens for three. No good. Rebound Temple. New Wash didn't have a single guy trying to crash the offensive glass, which was good for us. Easy rebound. Get the ball into Friedmeier. Looks like New Wash is going to switch to man-to-man right now. Temple going up against a much, much smaller Clemens. That was Sorg there. I think we got to go ISO right there. Reese Lindley, nice move. Gets in the lane. Carter Smith over to Temple. Temple's going to go down the lane. A little shuffle past the bat. They're going to get in for a travel, I bet. That was the right call. Nice little shuffle pass there by Temple. Batch has got to stay on the ground. I think he got a little excited there. And I think if New Wash is going to go man, I think we've got to make them pay inside. That last time they had Sorg, one of their smaller players, going up just body-wise, going up against Temple. I think we got to exploit that one. So that was 22. James, high ball screen, going to be King for three in the corner. I mean, no good. It looks like it's going to be off Temple. Temple had a decent block out, just couldn't reel it in. New Wash on the inbound, got a little 4-low set. Get it into Browse. Browse, little back cut from Clemens, no good. Going to be a steal there by Carter Smith. Out to Gavin Hurst. Hurst going up against James. And New Washington, the man-to-man, I think we could exploit this, try to get to the rim. Friedmeier being guarded there by Clemens. Smith being guarded by Sorg. And Sorg being extra physical right there. I think Coach New Washington's coach, double check his Coach Miles is yelling, "Hey, you got to be physical here. This is not the time to relax here. We're down by 12, 5:23 to play. This is the time to be physical. I'm trying to get a strip, trying to get a steal, get a deflection. This is not the time to back down." Smith out top, picks it up, goes to Hurst. Hurst being out for Friedmeier. Over to Temple. Just over 5 minutes to play. Temple gets it back to Friedmeier. Eastern not in a full-out stall, but not really looking to attack it. Trying to see if they can't run some clock right here. They're going to get a carry on Carter Smith. I didn't see that his back was to this side of the floor. The official called it pretty clear about the call. Nuwash gets it into James. James going to try to get into the rim. Kicks out to Sword. Sword for three. No good. Rebound, Brody Temple. Not for Friedmeier. Friedmeier says, slow down. He's going to drive up the left side. Gets it to Temple. Temple going against Briles. Nice back cut there by Friedmeier. No good. They're going to get a foul there. Good back cut there by Friedmeier. Good recognition by Temple. That foul's going to be on 14. That's going to be on Carson James. Friedmeier's going to go line for two. Friedmeier's first one is good. So far, the story of the game is going to be that the last 2 minutes of the third quarter, Eastern able to go on an 8-0, maybe a 10-0 run. I have to go back and look. And that's been the difference of the game. Second free throw is no good. Nuwash coming the other way, 4.5 minutes to play. Lemons thought about a three. It's going to be James for three, no good. Tipped out there by Gavin Hurst. Hurst, Coach Smith saying just grab the rebound. James looking to go ISO. Ball's going to be tipped out of bounds by Smith. Nuwash is going to call a timeout. That is going to be a full timeout. We're going to cut to a commercial break, and we'll be right back with the second half of the fourth quarter. This is Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
At Papa John's, get your everyday favorites for just $6.99 each when you order two or more items from the Papa Pairings menu. When you order more, you save more. Choose from medium one-topping pizzas, boneless or traditional wings, papadillas, breadsticks, cheese sticks, garlic nuts, and desserts. It's easy to order all your favorites when they're just $6.99 each. So the next time your friends come over to eat your food, check out the Papa Pairings menu to save. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
And we're back here, Eastern with a 47-34 advantage over the New Washington Mustangs. Eastern just holding New Washington to just 2 points so far in this fourth quarter. Doing a nice job defensively. New Washington just settled for some threes, not able to put them in. Not shooting a great percentage, but Eastern just kind of, that's the best shot they've been able to get. New Washington not been able to get anything to the rim. When they had some success in that third quarter, they got a couple of run-outs. Eastern fell asleep a couple times, and New Washington able to put up 15 points in that third quarter, which is their highest quarter by far. Not able to get any of those looks. Eastern been getting back really well in this fourth quarter. Gets the ball into James. High ball screen by Briles. They're going to try to do a little screen roll, and Fowler about took his head off. They're going to get, I assume, Fowler on that foul. It was kind of one of those jump balls right there. It was going to be either Fowler or Briles, and Fowler ended up into his neck a little bit. Nothing malicious or anything, just a lot of contact. Wash gets the ball. Going to be out to Clemens. Trying to find James. Get a high ball screen for James. Roll guy Briles. Briles going to pull up in the lane. Nice shot there by Briles. He's going to put it in for two. Temple's being trapped in the full court. Friedmeier, they got a 2-on-1 with Hurst. Hurst turns around, and he's going to lay it in for two. Kind of an awkward turnaround, but Friedmeier gets all the way to the rim. Probably could have laid it himself, but finds Hurst. Hurst was more open. James is going to just go in there and throw in. James just kind of dribbled. He's about the elbow, maybe the wing, and just chucks it. They're going to get Fowler for a foul. Looks like his fourth. We do have a little bit of foul trouble. Fowler's only one with four. James is going to go line for two. That's one of those. James' first free throw is good. Batt's going to check in for the Musketeers, and then looks like King is going to check in for New Washington. One of those you don't want to bail out the guy. He's so out of control. He's just looking to bait you into a foul. He kind of drew some contact, and he's going to throw it up. Second free throw is good. But again, smart play on James' part. Smith going up against this press, able to dribble through it. Gets 3-on-2. He's going to pull it back out. Smith being guarded there by Sword. Sword trying to body him up. Gets it out to Friedmeier. Friedmeier able to go by his man. Had chase. Oh, man, his bat was wide open for a layup. Hurst gets into the lane. Nice bounce pass to Bat. Bat's able to finish, and he's going to get an and one. Good recognition there. I think we had that same play with Friedmeier. That time Hurst able to see it. Gets by his man, and New Wash is kind of in a gambling situation right now. Hurst gets into the lane. Bat's man steps up. Nice bounce pass, and Bat's going to finish, go to the line for an and one. No good on the free throw. Eastern with a 51-38 advantage. Just over 3 minutes to play. It'll be Clemens gets into the lane. And they're going to get a foul. It was kind of an awkward. They're going to get, looks like Friedmeier for his third. It's kind of an awkward play. Kind of jumps through. I don't know about that one. Yeah, it's one of those, I don't know that that's been a consistent call throughout. Lob pass on the play, on the inbound. Just a lob pass to Browse. Browse goes up and gets it. Friedmeier is going to call a timeout. That's going to be a full timeout. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break. Eastern up 51-40, 2:56 to play. This is Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
This is Becky White from WSLM. I'm here with Caleb Perkiser from the John Jones Auto Group.
This is Caleb Perkiser again, and this Christmas season, you can unwrap big savings at John Jones Auto Group. At our locations in Salem, Gordon, Greenville, and Scottsburg, we're delivering holiday cheer with incredible deals on new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Whether you're heading over the river and through the woods or just across town, John Jones has the perfect vehicle to make your holidays brighter. With friendly service, hometown values, and year-end incentives, there's no better time to upgrade. From our family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
John Jones Auto Group. Remember, you see so many because they paid so little.
And we're back. Eastern on top, 51-40 over the New Washington Mustangs. Eastern looking inbound against the press. New Wash looks like they're just in a man press, seeing if they can't create as much havoc as they possibly can. Eastern being able to handle the press pretty well. Gets the ball into Friedmeier. It's going to be a home run play. Bryles on the inbound gets a piece of it. Friedmeier would have been wide open. Broken play gets it out to Temple. Temple finds Friedmeier under the basket. Friedmeier's going to pull it out. He turns around. He's got a layup. He had Fowler wide open. That's going to be Hurst on the steal. Kind of an awkward play there. Hurst is going to come out. Gets it to Friedmeier. Friedmeier's going to get fouled there by, that's going to be James. This will be his third. Had an awkward play there. Look, Friedmeier had Fowler open. Ball got deflected, and then Hurst tries to go get a steal, and he's going to get deflected, and then the ball ended up back in Hurst's hands. Little chaos. 2:29 to play. Eastern with 11-point advantage. Hurst on the inbound gets it to Smith. Smith being guarded there by Sword. Gets it out top to Temple. Temple going to go by King. Gets it to Friedmeier. Friedmeier wisely pulls it back out. And New Washington at some point is going to have to try to start fouling. Temple finds Friedmeier. Friedmeier strong takes. He does to say. I didn't know that they were going to call it or not. It is going to be King. I think it's just his first foul. I think you could clearly tell they were trying to foul, but they just kind of let it play out for a while. And Friedmeier's just kind of getting slap. And finally they did call a foul. Friedmeier going to go to the line for two. They are in the bonus. First one is no good. 2:05 to play. Eastern up by 11. I'd like to see again, fourth quarter free throws are always one of those things that you want to have your highest percentage of shots there in the fourth quarter. Friedmeier's second one is good. James brings it up for New Washington. Eastern up by 12. James tries to get in the lanes. Temple's play for steal. It's going to be Browse for three. No good. Browse gets his own rebound. He's going to get in the lane. He's going to find Hostetler. Hostetler is going to put it in for Hostetler. I'm sorry. I've called him wrong several times. Friedmeier gets it over to Hurst. Hurst dribbles up the sideline, finds Friedmeier, Friedmeyer trying to pull it back out. Going to get fouled hard by James. And that's twice in a row that he's been fouled pretty hard. Friedmeyer, a tough kid, plays tough. Sure, he's a thorn in the side of whoever he's playing. So Washington's probably taking out a little bit of frustration. He's going to get the brunt of their frustration. First free throw is good. Sends this up to 11. Second one also good. Friedmeyer taking care of business from the line here in the fourth quarter. He's shot by 12 minutes, 38 to play. James bringing it out. Coach Smith saying, you got a rebound here. Brown's going to be from the elbow and good. And New Wash is going to call a timeout. Looks like it's going to be a 30-second timeout. With Miles, I'm sure he's telling them, we've got to have the ball. I know we're fouling at this point, but we've got to play for that steal. Steal is more valuable than basketball, and we cannot waste any time. We've got to attack. Coach Smith has got to be saying, come meet your passes. Make sure you're passing to hands. Make sure you're not just throwing the ball up in the air. New Wash is going to be hacking. Make sure we're strong with the basketball. This is a layups and free throws situation. Put your free throws in, make your layups. Going to be able to come out of here with our second win on the season. Eastern done a nice job, really, in the second half, handling New Washington's pressure. Really only had one little letdown there in that second quarter where we got a little sloppy for a little bit, but really throughout the game, Hurst, Temple, Smith handled the pressure pretty well. Really like to see when Friedmeyer gets the ball in the middle of the court. He's just a good weapon. He sees the ball well. Probably could be a little more aggressive offensively and trying to get a few more buckets. But it just takes a nice job. He obviously pulled this out several times. Ball's into Smith on the sideline. Gets it back to Temple. Temple dribbles through the press. He's going to get fouled there by Hostetler. Going to be his second. And Temple's going to go line for two. That's Hostetler's third. What the board has, I might have missed one. Temple's first free throw is good. James going to check back in. They're going to go offense, defense with James and whoever else. Second free throw is up and also good. Eastern with a 12-point advantage and Browse up the sideline. Tries to get into the lane. Gets it to Hostetler. I did not realize he's a lefty for three. No good. Rebounded there by Temple. Temple getting mugged right there. First looked like he got hit right in the side of the face on that rebound, but I couldn't tell if that was by Temple or if it was by another player. That's going to be a foul on Briles, his fourth. Now Briles was four, James was four, and Hostetler was three. Temple's going to go back to the line for two more. 1:09 to play. Eastern taking advantage here late in this game. Misses the first one. Second one is up, and that is good. Coach Smith saying no fouls, no silliness. Rebound the ball. James going to fire for three. Looks like Hurst got a piece of it. It's going to be out of bounds. They're going to say it's Eastern basketball. I thought Gavin Hurst got a piece of that one. We will take it. 58 seconds to play. Eastern 13-point advantage. Gets the ball into Hurst. That's going to be a foul. Looks like that's going to be on Sword, and Hurst is going to go line for two. Just a couple seconds coming off the clock here. Evan Hurst to the line. First free throw up is no good. Timeline. So he's going to dribble out inside of 10 seconds. And Temple's going to hold it out. And that is going to be the ball game. Eastern with a 59-47 win over the New Washington Mustangs. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with some thoughts on tonight's contest.
If you're living with back or neck pain, even the simplest tasks can feel overwhelming, but expert relief is closer than you think. Schneck now offers 2 specialized practices for spine care, Schneck Neurosurgery and Schneck Orthopedic Spine, giving you access to a full spectrum of advanced treatment options right here at home. We're proud to highlight Dr. Matthew Stanfield, a highly skilled neurosurgeon with over 25 years of experience and leader of Schneck Neurosurgery, renowned for his expertise in treating complex spinal conditions. Schneck's Spine Care program proudly welcomes Dr. Kenneth McKinley, a board-certified orthopedic spine surgeon with over a decade of experience, who now leads Schneck Orthopedic Spine. Together, these 2 practices bring you comprehensive spine care, from advanced imaging and non-surgical therapies to expert surgical solutions, all tailored to your unique needs. And because it's Schneck, you'll receive compassionate, high-quality care without having to travel far. Visit schneckmed.org to learn more. Schneck Orthopedic Spine and Schneck Neurosurgery, expert spine care, close to home.
Back here about to wrap things up here from New Washington High School. Eastern with a 59-47 advantage. Stats for the game. New Washington, Bryles had 16, all coming in that second half. Really scoreless in the first half with some foul trouble. James had 18, had 11 in the first half, and kind of Bryles took over in the second half. Clemens had 8, and then Hostetler had 6. For Eastern, Carter Smith had 6. Friedmeier had 15. Again, 5 of 8 from the line in that third quarter. Looks like he's 7 of 10 from the line for the game. Really getting the job done there at the line. Fowler with 5. Gavin Hirsch with the game high 16 had that hot third quarter hit. I think he had 8 points almost in a row. Hit back-to-back threes to spark a little run there in the last couple minutes of the third quarter. And then Temple added 11 and Chase Batt with 6. Really from the get-go, Eastern really took advantage from the get-go and was able to get out 8-10, and then really it was kind of a dead-even game. Eastern kind of staying in that 10-point range. New Wash made one big run to cut it, had a chance to take the lead. I don't know that they ever took the lead again. I know that they tied it a couple times there, and then Eastern able to put it away here in the fourth quarter. It looks like 9 of 15 from the line in that fourth quarter. And really just not taking any silly shots in the fourth quarter, making sure we're getting it done, being strong with the basketball. Don't know that we had maybe any turnovers in the fourth quarter, but really taking care of the basketball really well in that fourth quarter. So definitely a huge positive to get another win on the season. Again, a conference win against New Washington, team very similar to us, pretty much all shapes and sizes. Eastern, or first of all, New Wash, they're going to move on. They're going to play Borden on January 9th next week in a conference game. Eastern will move on January 3rd at Clarksville, January 6th. My fault. That's going to be turnaround Monday. And then next weekend they will have Lanesville. So 2 more conference games coming up for the Eastern Musketeers. See if we can't rattle off 3, 4, 5 wins here in a row and get some momentum as we go down to the backstretch of this season. Again, I know Coach Smith's going to be happy with the effort that he saw tonight. Again, a lot of players playing well. For me, Friedmeier was really kind of the key. Gavin had that hot third quarter, but Friedmeier was just key. His aggressiveness really both defensively and offensively, really making things happen. Just did a really nice job for us tonight. Again, Musketeers going to be advanced 59-47. They're going to go to 2-8 on the season. It's been great. This doubleheader, always great when we can get both the girls win and a boys win. It's always exciting when we get that. We don't have a lot of these doubleheaders. They are pretty rare for us. But this has been Jake Johannesburg. This is Musketeer basketball. We're going to sign off. We will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend.